Well, he isn't. Keanu Reeves is male, and I'm just going to take a look at his features throughout this video. This was him as a baby. He is of English, Portuguese, Irish, and Chinese Hawaiian descent. So we can expect a mixture of traits due to mixed ancestry, instead of just considering him strictly Caucasian, as he has ancestry from various places. He did really look like a boy when he was a baby and a child, a distinct male energy to the person. Even babies look different, male and female babies, just something you can sense about them, and then, you know, some of the facial traits and things, even though they're not very developed at this point. As a young man, he did have a pretty face, but it's clearly a masculine pretty face. The mouth is wide, there's a long space between the nose and the mouth. The eyes are quite wide spaced, there's a long forehead, there's some development in the brow bones, a fair bit of strength to the jaw and to the chin. You can see some development in the trachea, the neck looks quite long. Shoulders are broad, we could fit 3 head widths on these shoulders. Looks like the shape of the knees is more kind of square. On females, there will be more of a round or curved shape, or pointed shape typically, because of the different angle at which the thigh bones come down from the pelvis to the knee on females. The quality of the feet and the hands looks much more male. Knuckles look more male. More tendons visible on the hands. Prominent cheekbones. Generally, people of East Asian and Islander descent don't have a lot in the brow. He does have visible ridges in the brow, maybe because of mixed ancestry or, you know, whatever, but he also has believable facial hair. This is another trait that typically people from East Asia and the islands don't develop as much as Caucasians. On some East Asians, they only grow hair at this part, the goatee. He also grows it on the cheeks. Again, he's mixed with East Asian, Islander, and British, as well as Irish and Southern European. He has a very male energy in the eyes, just very male spacing with the features. The upper lip is a bit smaller than the lower lip. This is also typical of males. It's not a 100% thing. Sometimes males will have lips the same size, sometimes females will have a smaller upper lip than lower, but on average I do see this being more typical of males. In this shot, I can really sense the Chinese ancestry. This looks like a very Chinese body type. It's obviously male, with broad shoulders, square across collarbones, strong pectorals with no strange shapes going on. There's no drooping, pointing, bunching, nothing strange. The front of the body is completely straight. See, there's no pelvic tilt. There's no curving at the sides or anything. We just have a narrow male pelvis, lean male legs, very straight looking, male looking wrists, male musculature. This isn't someone on steroids, it's just very natural body type. Very male looking hands as well. And male energy too. The narrow male hips, the boxy male torso, broader shoulders. Shoulders are definitely wider than the pelvis. It's a male hip to shoulder ratio. Completely straight male legs, that's a male Q angle. Square, broad shoulders, definitely wider than the hips. Very rectangular male torso shape. Looks like a very male subcutaneous fat level. You can see a lot of kind of sinewy development in the forearms, and yet the person doesn't look like they're pumped up on steroids. It's just very natural male looking body. Again, oblique muscles, but below that we have very thin, narrow male pelvis. No curving to the front of the body, that's just a very straight male body. Clearly the back is straight, all the way down to right here. The male posterior, very male looking legs. Looks like he has a little bit of a widow's peak. I often see Portuguese men and Spanish men who seem to have widow's peaks, so it may be more common in that population. He has ancestry from Portugal, so even if not, it is possible for men to have widow's peaks. I think it's about under 10% of men have widow's peaks, where around 80% of women have them. Dental looks more male. The energy in the eyes is extremely male. Facial structure just looks very male. The spacing between all the features, everything. Strong chin. He doesn't have a massive square jaw, but the strength in the jaw does look more masculine. The overall spacing of the features does look very masculine. The length of the neck. Again, the energy in the eyes, it feels very masculine. Males have a more radiant energy, kind of more projected, more like a burn, whereas females have a softer, more inviting glow. Again, very male energy. There's a completely straight back, completely straight front. We don't have any undue pelvic tilt going on. The energy of the person is just very clear to sense any picture. Very obviously male. Again, very obviously male. The patchier quality of the beard I would attribute to his ancestry. He also has very kind of sleek, fine hair, which is more common on people from East Asia and the islands. Very long forehead. Development in the brow bones. With men from East Asia and from the islands, and often men from Africa as well, they do have more development in the brow bones than the women of their area, but they don't have a brow ridge strictly the way that Caucasians do, where it juts out. It just, you can tell that it's there more, but it's not an actual sort of bump coming out. If you study, you'll find that they note this difference between the races with males. But in any case, in every race, in every population, males always have more pronounced facial features than women of similar genetic heritage. And you do see the prominent cheekbones, stronger facial structures, more pronounced features on this person. Again, very male energy. This is a very male facial structure, especially in that it doesn't have a high level of subcutaneous body fat. All the bones are very sharp and cut. On females have a higher level of subcutaneous body fat, so the face will be softer. This is a very kind of gaunt, sharp face. Again, the mouth is wider. There's a fair gap between the nose and the mouth, more commonly seen on males. Again, it's not a strict ridge the same way that you see on people who have mostly Caucasian ancestry, but you can see quite a lot of development there. Again, projected pronounced features. More male-looking neck. Male-looking ear. Shoulders definitely wider than the pelvis. It's very obviously male hip-to-shoulder ratio. The torso is completely boxy, rectangular, all the way down. No undue curving around the hips. Could definitely fit 3 head widths on the shoulders, which is male. Females typically are more about 2.5 or 2 3/4. The spine is completely straight all the way down. There is no arching at any point. Definitely a male. You can see the oblique here a little bit. Beneath that, again, just a very square male body. No curving on the thighs. Very obviously male. Male look to the hands and wrists. Again, shoulders wider than the pelvis. Long torso. Males typically have proportionally longer torsos than females do. Shorter legs. Again, this is a male Q angle. When running, the knees and toes and everything are pointed forward. He's not trying to disguise a female Q angle, and yet the legs just step forward. Again, some more weight on the person at this age. Knees still pointing forward, toes pointing forward, legs completely straight when running, pelvis smaller than shoulders, torso completely square, no strange width around the hips, long torso, shorter legs. Pretty big hands. Again, male Q angle, the legs are completely straight. Torso is long, shoulders are broad. The mass of the person you can sense is up here in the body, not down here. On a female it would be down here. Again, male looking hands, broad shoulders, definitely could fit 3 head widths on these shoulders. Knees point forward when walking, toes forward. Feet walk side by side, as if straddling a line. For women walk with feet more one behind the other, as if on a line. This is the natural male gait with a natural male Q angle. Also, men East Asian and Islander descent often have shorter arms than Caucasians do. It's just a racial trait. But these arms do look correct for his mixed heritage. Again, pelvis smaller than shoulders. Could fit 3 head widths on the shoulders, knees point forward, toes point forward. Straight male Q angle. Again, knees pointing forward, toes pointing forward, straight male Q angle, broader shoulders, the mass is in the upper body. Again, same thing, arms hang straight down because the shoulders are wider than the pelvis, so they don't have to swing out to the sides to accommodate wider hips. The mass is all in the upper body. Definitely could fit 3 heads on these shoulders. Knees point forward, toes point forward, straight male thighs, that's the male Q angle. Again, the same things. It's important to look at lots of photos and watch people in motion, you know, carefully check them out to ensure that you're not missing anything, but with this person, definitely it's male. We have the correct gait of a male, correct body structure. Every shot, the knees and the toes are doing the correct thing. Pelvis is small, mass of the body is always up top, not hiding anything. Straight front of the body, male looking legs, no pelvic tilt, no spinal arch. Again, smaller pelvis compared to shoulders, male boxy torso, very male looking hands, male energy. Again, broad shoulders, narrow hips, natural Adonis belt, no pelvic tilt, no curving on the hips, just very straight, rectangular all the way down. Male looking legs, male looking arms. And again, male looking neck, shoulders, chest, hips smaller than shoulders, straight male Q angle. Same thing here, hanging male arms, shoulders wider than pelvis, completely straight legs. It's a very male energy. Again, totally straight back all the way down to the male posterior, totally straight front, there is no pelvic tilt on this person. The tilt of the pelvis and the spinal arch are features required for childbearing, as is a wide pelvis and a female Q angle. Without these features, a body would not be able to support pregnancy, so when a body lacks these features, it means it has XY chromosomes, not XX. So, taking all of this into consideration, Keanu Reeves is a biological male with a distinctly male skeletal structure and a distinctly male energy in the face and the eyes, and that's that.